All right, so we've got some pretty important topics today, and this is going to be for the health of our dogs. And number two that we're going to get to, I want to explain some things that you might see in some of my videos and to clear up any controversy, and we can discuss how certain things are useful. We've got deer running in the back and the dog's barking at it. You might even be able to get it on the video. First off, we're going to talk about the heat and humidity in Georgia and how to check for it, signs to look for. And obviously, I think we all know there are dangers to the heat levels that we experience here. We don't want dehydration, heat exhaustion, things of that nature. So I'm going to assume everybody knows if you have dogs with a flatter face and a harder time breathing like some dogs, they're going to be more susceptible to heat. Older dogs, geriatric dogs, we need to keep an eye on. And so those are two basics. Dogs with long coats, huskies, things of that nature, chow chows, those really, really long coats. It's not a great idea to shave them for the summer for them to cool off. That actually acts as an insulator for them, and it helps them stay much cooler. But you do need to keep the grooming up and keep that undercoat out. That allows it to breathe and insulate them, because they're actually hotter if you shave them. And they can get sunburn. They're not used to that. They're not designed for that kind of exposure to the sun. Dogs will dig spots in the dirt when it's hot, and the reason is it gets down to cooler earth and they like to lay in it. It's a way to cool themselves off. They can't sweat like we do, so they pant, and their nose sweats a little bit. That may not be the best term for it, but they can't secrete the way that we do through their entire body. I know all the dogs here pretty well, and I'm constantly paying attention, so I see differences in the dogs, especially, to me, when we're at, 80 degrees, mid 80s and up, I really pay close attention. Labored breathing is one of the first ones. I look for labored breathing, heavy panting, a lot of drooling. They should obviously have good access to fresh water, not old hot water that's been sitting in the sun all day or all week and all that good stuff. We need to change it out, put it in the shade if you can. Shh. Things I have done here at our dog center is I normally break out big giant, we get the 52, 54 inch fans from the Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever hardware store, and we get the misters. You can get the misters that hook up to your hose, and with those two combined, I can take a 90-degree day, and in front of a fan and a mister that is in front of it, it feels like it's about 70 degrees, and it's nice and cool. It's kind of like being at the water park. It's nice. These are options. Checking for dehydration, if you're worried, is a big one for me. And let's see if we can look here. One of the big ones on the back of the neck is an easy one for me. If I pull the skin up, excuse me, just look at your sister's neck. I know. Thank you. I'll do it to you. How about that? We'll move the collar up, but when you pull all this extra skin up gently, it should go, see how it goes down quickly? If you pull this up, and when you let go, this kind of sticks and it slowly goes back into place, that's a sign of dehydration. Another great way to check for dehydration are the gums. The gums should be moist, slimy, wet, kind of, that's a good thing. Dry, sticky gums, bad. If it's uncomfortable with the touch of you should probably check their temperature. You can check in the mouth. Sometimes their belly is a lot hotter than it usually would be. Just things that I kind of check, but really the big telltale signs are behavior. If they're not acting normal, if they seem lethargic or sluggish, like you can see Tolly here, he's panting, but it's a normal, it's not, you'll see really heavily labored breathing. They're breathing really hard, big, deep breaths. They look stressed. You can normally see it in their eyes. Most dogs, when they're in distress or uncomfortable, their ears get pinned back, like, when they're uncomfortable or not feeling so well. These are things that I look for, and it's a concern in Georgia, and obviously I don't think I need to say this, but I will. Don't leave your dogs in the car if the car is not running with the full blast AC going. And there are dog lovers like myself and some others around here that You might want to put a little note in the window if you do that so you don't come back out to a busted window. Some of us, not me, some, well, if they're dying, we're going to break your window to save the dog. So heat, definitely something to pay attention to. I'm pretty sure we've got other videos on that in the past you can check up on as well that my mother has put up. Or my mom's got some great information. She's got a lot of medical knowledge, more than I do. Got the deer in the field. You see her? Run, little deer. Bambi's eating grass and doesn't care. So this is the doe that was here all last year. She doesn't care about the dogs. She'll stand 10 yards away from me and stare at me. I'm glad to see her because I was hoping she made it through last deer season. All right, so everybody, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of exclusive content coming out there. You can get much deeper, much more personal. Like, subscribe, check us out. Please continue to follow. And comments, can't say enough comments. Give me the comments. What do you want to hear? What do you think? What can I help with?